Georgia requires used vehicle dealers and used vehicle parts dealers to purchase a surety bond, often called an auto dealer bond, before they will issue your license. If this is your first time getting an auto dealer license, the concept of a surety bond is probably pretty new to you. But that's why I created this video, and that's why we're going to cover things like, what is a surety bond? Why the Georgia Board of Used Motor Vehicles requires the bond, how to purchase this auto dealer bond and save money, plus helpful resources to make getting your application submitted easy. Two things before we get started real fast. I'm going to say the board when referring to Georgia's Board of Used Motor Vehicles for the rest of this video, and then hit that like button for me. It's going to help YouTube put this video in front of other Georgia dealers that are looking to get licensed so that they can understand the surety bond requirement as well. Okay, let's go. What is an auto dealer surety bond? Remember, the only two license classifications that require a surety bond or an auto dealer bond are used motor vehicle dealers and used motor vehicle parts dealers. An auto dealer bond is a type of surety bond, and a surety bond is a form of insurance that acts as a guarantee pretty much for three things, or that three things are going to happen. One, you're going to follow all laws, regulations for the state of operating a dealership in the state. Two, you're going to conduct business with your customers in a fair and ethical way. You're not going to try to cheat them. And three, you're going to pay all sales tax for all vehicles sold or merchandise sold through the dealership. So, if a surety bond is a form of insurance, what does an auto dealer bond protect against? It's an unfortunate fact, but every year there'll be a handful of dealers that will purposely take advantage of their customers or neglect to pay sales tax for things, vehicles sold or merchandise sold. Examples of these fraudulent acts can include things such as failing to transfer a title, selling vehicles with no title, misrepresenting vehicle information like mileage, manufacturer year, or accident history, stealing from customer deposits, not paying sales tax for sold vehicles or merchandise through the dealership. If a dealer is found guilty of any of these actions, their customers or the state, in the case of failing to pay sales taxes, can bring a claim against the bond for financial compensation, but only if the claim is deemed valid and only up to the amount of the bond, which brings us to, what is the bond amount? The bond amount is set by the board. For used motor vehicle dealers, the bond amount is $35,000, and for used vehicle parts dealers, the bond amount is $10,000. Remember, the bond amount is just the max amount of coverage available to customers in the state in the case of a valid claim. The price to purchase this bond is going to be a small fraction of that bond amount. So you're probably wondering, how much does an auto dealer bond cost? Similar to traditional insurance, the price of a surety bond is going to be affected by a rate quoted from a surety. The surety is just the insurance company that underwrites surety bonds, and every surety does their own independent analysis or assessment to determine this rate. This rate multiplied by the bond amount is going to be the price that you pay. There are a few primary factors that affect this rate, and these are the personal credit of the owner or owners, the business and industry experience, any prior bond claims if an owner has previously been licensed with a past claim, the current landscape of the auto industry in the state. Having helped thousands of auto dealers get bonded, the fact is these rates can vary a lot. So finding the lowest rate can potentially save you hundreds of dollars. It's important. That's why it's really important to understand how to not overpay for your auto dealer bond. It's best to use a specialized surety agency like Surety Bonds Direct when purchasing a surety bond. The reason is a specialized surety agency works with multiple A-rated sureties, and this allows us to price shop for you to find the lowest possible rate and therefore the lowest possible price. Here's how this works. Request a quote online or over the phone from Surety Bonds Direct. Your bond specialist will hit the phones working with our network of A-rated sureties to find you the lowest possible price. It costs you nothing to have a bond specialist find you pricing, and once they deliver pricing, you're under no obligation to actually purchase the bond. So it makes sense to see how low of a price you can possibly get because you can take your savings and put it towards your application fees or any of the other fees that are required to get your dealer license. Let's look at the used vehicle dealer bond amount of $35,000 for example pricing. The rates that I'm going to tell you are from really good to average. 0.5% rate has a price of $175. A 1% rate has a price of $350. A 2.5% rate has a price of $875. Purchasing a Georgia dealer bond is as easy as purchasing anything online. You just have to fill out an online order form. And once you do, our issuing team will get to work immediately to issue your bond for you. How long does it take to get your bond? Our issuing department will get to work immediately and prepare your bond with all the necessary signatures, seals, and power of attorney required by the board. The process really only takes one business day, sometimes two, but typically one is what you could expect. Georgia allows us to email the bond to you, so this makes the process even faster, and you can just print off the bond or submit it electronically, which I do believe Georgia allows you to do. Remember, what's cool is because we work with A-rated sureties, we guarantee that the board will accept your bond, and if there's any problems, we'll either fix it or give you 100% money back. How to keep your dealer bond active. As long as your dealership is in business, the board's going to require you to have an active auto dealer bond on file. And all bonds have a bond term, just like your license has a term. In Georgia, the auto dealer licenses expire on September 30th of even number years. In most cases, when you purchase your dealer bond, it's going to follow that exact same period, so you'll renew it during that 2-year time period. However, some sureties will only write it for 12 months. It really kind of depends on what kind of pricing we can get you. And this is why it's so important to work with a specialized surety agency like Surety Bonds Direct. We manage the renewal process for you to make it much easier. You see, the Georgia dealer bond is continuous, and this means that the actual bond that you submit with your application will stay on file and active as long as you pay the renewal premium. Georgia's unique because during the renewal process, you're going to get a certificate of renewal, and that means that you have to submit this to the board. That just proves that your bond is still active so that they don't suspend your license or cause any other kind of issues. For used vehicle parts dealers, it's a very similar process, but now the license and the bond are going to expire on December 31st of odd number years, so make sure you keep that in mind. Other than that, the process is the same. You're just going to pay the renewal premium to keep your bond active. You'll get a renewal certificate that you must then submit to the board to prove that your bond is indeed still active. All right, I hope you stuck with me through that whole process, but more importantly, I hope you understand the auto dealer bond requirement in Georgia for used vehicle dealers and used vehicle parts dealers. If you're looking to get your bond right now, you can call Surety Bonds Direct at 1-800-608-9950. Or even faster, just go to the description of this video. I put a link to our Georgia dealer page where you can purchase your bond right now and get the process pretty much done with. If you have any questions about the bond that I didn't answer, just ask in the comments. I'll personally answer you. Do me a quick favor, hit that like button. It's going to help YouTube put this video in front of other Georgia dealers so that they too can understand the dealer bond process and get it done fast. Thank you for watching.